welcome back to Hot Stove. Today is the day we get to see Paul Skenes on the mound for the very first time in spring. It is against the Phillies, and you can watch it. Nice little afternoon today, 1 p.m. Eastern right here on MLB Network. Can't wait. It is interesting. Spring is a season for optimism. We all know that. JP Morosi, and there is plenty of it in the good land. As we say, good Monday morning to you when it comes to Brandon Woodruff. Last we saw, I think it was Friday, he threw live BP. What's next? Good news.
Lauren, good morning. Very good news for the Brewers and Brandon Woodruff. That first live throwing session really impressed a lot of observers in Brewers camp to create a lot of optimism regarding what his schedule could be now moving forward into this season. There is still the belief, and I checked with some Brewers officials on this, Lauren, there is still the belief that Woodruff is going to require a rehab assignment into the season to help him continue building up. But what we can say right now is that he is at the very least on schedule and maybe even a little bit ahead of schedule after missing all of last year with surgery. And that's really good news. There's been so much conversation, Lauren, about the personnel the Brewers have lost this offseason. Willy Adames departing in free agency, Devin Williams in the trade with the New York Yankees. But getting this guy back is so crucial to a team that still believes it can win the National League Central. So really good indications so far at the Brewers camp in Maryvale, Arizona, that Brandon Woodruff is likely to be back at some point in time in the first half of the regular season, and perhaps even earlier than a lot of people thought.
It is so much fun to watch their progress in real time, just watching it on Ballpark. And what about the Angels roster? Matt and I were talking in the break. I mean, Hoppy, Neto, there's so much to like about. And Matt was saying they love Christian Moore. Tell me, what's the ceiling? What's the plan for him?
Lauren, Christian Moore in some ways is the talk of camp for the Los Angeles Angels, really impressing manager Ron Washington. And there's some conversation that he is going to get a look at third base in addition to second base. A great story, by the way. Tim McIlvain, their scouting director, told me that Bo Hughes, longtime scout, actually helped to baseball train some of the actresses in A League of Their Own. That's how long Bo Hughes has been around. So Bo Hughes
That's our favorite movie of all time. You know that, right?
A great movie. I love the movie. So what Bo Hughes did was he went to the College World Series last year, and the Angels have their scouting meeting, and they're talking about what Bo Hughes had seen in Omaha. And he said, listen, Christian Moore was the best bat that I saw in Omaha. So, listen, he helped to train Madonna. He understood that Christian Moore's got a great bat. And now don't be surprised if Christian Moore's in the big leagues on opening day for the Los Angeles Angels.
JP, you're speaking her language.
I like the high one.
Madonna,
Mule,
that's the other movie she saw.
It's the only
and League of Their Own. Those are the two movies that she's ever seen.
And Wedding Crashers.
By the way, you know where Madonna was born, right? Bay City, Michigan. My hometown.
Cut my mic.
Yep, there you go. Go ahead.
We're about out of time. Never two at a time to talk WBC qualifiers. One spot left. What do we got?
One spot left because Nicaragua is in a clinic of pitching by the Nicaraguan national team.
Adios.
In Taipei, Taiwan. Here was a key early hit by Brandon Layton, an RBI double in the first inning against Chinese Taipei. This game happened about 24 hours ago. Chase Dawson, RBI single to keep the momentum going for Nicaragua in the first inning. And then later on in the game, here's Osman Gutierrez navigating a bases-loaded one-out jam to silence Chinese Taipei in the fourth inning, their best chance to score. And Nicaragua went on to win this game. Here is the final out to clinch a 6-0 win and a spot in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. There's the celebration on the field. But Lauren and Matt and Harold, we are not done yet, because less than 24 hours from right now, 6 a.m. Eastern time, tomorrow, our time, host Chinese Taipei against Spain. Win and you are in. So two teams out of the Taipei qualifier will make it to the 2026 WBC. Nicaragua got the first bid, and then Chinese Taipei and Spain meet tomorrow for the second bid. Remember this name, Carlos Colmenares. He's a prospect for the Rays organization. He's representing Spain. He's actually from Venezuela originally. Listen to that name, Carlos Colmenares. He's a key member of that team. And by the way, as I send it back to you, Lauren, and you know this because you played the game. I remember hearing, and this was a conversation about Jason Dominguez from the last segment. Harold, listen up. Reed Johnson, great defensive outfielder, always told me of the 3 outfield positions, left field was the hardest to play because of the hard top spin off the bat of the power-hitting righties.
You have a lot of information. We're just trying to find out if Bad Bunny and JD Martinez look alike. You know what I mean? That's been the most pressing question of the show.
Latino pop, because I always listen, when I'm doing my Peloton rides, I always listen to Latino rides.
Unbelievable.
It gets the Latin beat going.
Thank you, sir.
You're fluent in Spanish, right?